Okay, just who should be the next Sunderland manager? Heckingbottom set Twitter alight. It's not big enough, apparently, for the club. Then who is? To discuss all of that is Jack, our resident Mackham. How are you, Jack?
Not by yourself.
Yeah, before we do that, we're going to chat about the Bristol City game, and we're going to look ahead to the West Brom visit to the Hawthorns this weekend. Last year, you had an amazing day out of the Hawthorns, did you not?
Oh, brilliant. Amazing. Oh, a lovely, lovely weekend. I think I was our second last away day of the season. It was one that looked to have propelled us into the playoffs. Brilliant away day.
All right, let's bring this back to the here and now then. Here we are still. Dodds is not getting this job, is he? Let's have that.
Yeah,
not tell
no
the
way. No, not a chance.
Yeah, I think the Bristol City game probably highlighted that even further. Although, to be fair, you came across a goalkeeper in fine form, didn't you, for that game?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we actually looked good. I mean, it was definitely better, but you do well to get worse after losing 5-1 at home to a team from 180, and that would be special. But yeah, we did actually look good. I think that's one of the better performances we've seen in the last few months. And yeah. And another day, you probably two of them go in, but yeah, some incredible saves from the keeper. So it was okay. It was positive. You can come away from that. I think if you look at the game in isolation, you'd think that's a good game. But yeah, it's nothing really.
Okay, all right. Let's then focus on the summer. It's a massive summer for Sunderland. I think probably actually out of all of the clubs, maybe apart from Leicester, it's a huge summer into what's going to determine the future of where this club goes and which direction it goes in. Before they need players in, they need a manager. And they have no excuses this time because they've needed a manager for the last month and a half. So you would expect as soon as that season finishes, managers there appointed a week after. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
No dilly-dallying this time.
You'd hope so. This is possibly the biggest decision they've ever had to make in their tenure. As this really could be, a lot of fans are their patience is wearing thin with the owners and the sporting director, Christian Speakman. I think, and the summer as a whole, this is the biggest one they've had yet, the biggest transfer window. Because if they don't get this one right and we have another mediocre season, I don't think we'll see them for much longer. As much as I'm personally on the side, I like them. I think they've done more good than bad. But yeah, you can see it's going to turn nasty if we have another season like this and we have results like we've had this season. And again, in isolation, for anyone else, this isn't a bad season. We're just so used to being either up or down. This is just a bang average season. This is what Bristol City fans have every single year, right? And we have one bang average season, and it's the worst thing ever. But I do agree with the sentiment that they have to get this right. They have to get the right players in. They have to get experience in, and they have to get the managerial appointment right because we cannot go around another merry-go-round of switching managers halfway through the season. This has to be a long-term appointment.
Yeah, and the average attendances for the Championship we released a couple of weeks ago, 42,500 average attendance for Sunderland, which is huge, isn't it? How many of them do you think are going to renew their season tickets?
Again, I mean, see, everyone seems to laugh about the figures because when you're in the stadium, it doesn't look like that. And in the recent weeks, it's got jeered when they announce it because there's just no way there's that many, whether they're just counting season tickets or what. But I think we could see a dip in that next season because people have had enough. I mean, I feel like people looking from the outside in will think we're overly dramatic. We've had one bang average season and everyone's away, but I think they'll drop. But maybe if we kick on, you'll maybe start to see people buy half season tickets or what. But yeah, it's quite fickle, I'd say. But
well, that leads us nicely on to the manager's discussion then, fickleness, because Paul Heckingbottom has been strongly linked with the vacant manager's job. But it's had a strange kind of outpouring on Twitter, one that I don't understand as a neutral. I'm hoping you as a Sunderland fan can help us understand it, to the point where lots of Sunderland fans have felt it is the word I see a lot with this one is underwhelming.
Yeah.
explain to me why a manager of his kind of championship pedigree, who took up a very bang average Sheffield United side, got them promoted, playing decent football as well at the same time, shouldn't be top of your list?
Good question. I'm pretty confused. I think the thing that's been flying about is underwhelming in alignment. It's like they've got this young squad of, they've got some foreign players in there. And I think people expect with that a young, foreign, exciting, maverick manager. And because particularly our recent appointments have been old, boring English managers, people haven't fit in with that. But Alex Neil was underwhelming. And as much as he left, he took us up. Tony Mowbray was underwhelming. He's the best manager we've had in years. Mick Beale was underwhelming. But we all knew that, right? I think Heckingbottom, he beat us at the Stadium Light. He beat us twice in that season. He took them up. And then once at the Stadium Light later in the year. And they were a good team. They were a very good team. They were good to watch. I don't think it'd be a horrendous point. Maybe not everyone's number one choice. I get that. But he also was left stranded in the Premier League as well with that team with very little funds. Hence what happened. I don't think it'd be horrendous. I think he's a good guy, a good personality, and plays decent football. I think we could do worse. I really do.
Okay. There's going to be obviously 3 teams relegated, which obviously you're not involved with, and then within there's a couple of good managers at QPR and Sheffield Wednesday, which again there's been rumours about if QPR were to go down. Juventus would be a good fit at Sunderland, and same with Danny Röhl. Would you entertain that? Now they're not British, neither of them, and both are trying to develop young players at their respective clubs. Would that sort of manager be more the sort of that you think the 42,000 faithful are looking for?
Possibly, yeah. I mean, you've got to roll with it sometimes. But, I like the look and pair of them. I think obviously Cifuentes, I think if I'm saying that right, he's done a fantastic job at QPR. I know that they'll absolutely love him, and he looks to have now kept them up. Touch wood. I know Jawad's sitting there watching me, and I hope I don't jinx that. But I think they'll be fine. And Sheffield Wednesday were in a complete rut. They looked absolutely nothing team. One of the worst we've ever seen. And Danny Röhl's got them playing, and they're a point away now. And I'd like to see them stay up. But if they don't, I mean, it's a manager I'd like. Sheffield Wednesday are a very, very poor side when you look at their players. Very, very bad. But he's got them in a way of playing where they'll play well and beat the sides around them. We seen it the other day when they won 2-0 because he's got that tactical nous and know-how to beat these sides. And I think give him a go. I mean, it could be a risk because we've only really seen him at this job, personally anyway. But I like the idea of them two as potential Sunderland managers, especially if they do go down, it'd be a lot easier to poach.
Okay. Other names that keep cropping up is always Roy Keane will always come up, but that's just not going to happen.
No.
And of course, it wouldn't be a Sunderland conversation between us two without mentioning Will Still, now still under contract. But I hope, personally, as a neutral, I hope this one happens. I want to see how well he would do in the Championship. Is that just as risky as Michael Beale was?
I think there's a lot less risk involved because Will Still's, proved himself as a good coach in Europe for a good few years now in the top European side. It might not be the best league in the world, but he's got plenty of results at PSG, and he's kept Reims at a good level in France in the top division. So yeah, I think there's a lot less risk involved. He's definitely a proven manager, and one I'm led to believe Premier League clubs have looked at, and he's inclined to come down to the Championship and experience that. Again, it feels a bit overly ambitious, maybe, but that's the ambition we want to see. Go for him, put your all into him because he's probably the best manager on the list.
Okay.
Why not? Give it a go.
One name that I saw, and this is probably clickbait. One was Rafa Benitez. Would you, would you, would you entertain that idea?
Well, he liked hopping around rival clubs, hasn't he? We've seen him do that when he went to the Toffees. And obviously, former manager of Newcastle, and he's a hero there. Not sure why when he took them down and didn't really do any better of a job than Steve Bruce did, but they seem to love him. No, absolutely not.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
the fat Spanish waiter can stay away.
Spoken like a true American. Good.
Yeah.
All right then. So I've raised one final question for you then. All right, you're on the board. You're advising the board to go one direction. It can be one of the names we've mentioned, or your own pick. Who do you want to see in the dugout come August when the new season kicks off?
See, there is good options out there, isn't there? But if I'm going one, I like the idea of it. Give it a go. I'm going to go with Danny Rule, Sheffield Wednesday. We'll take him off him, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. I like the idea of it. I do.
Okay. All right, Sunderland fans want to see those comments now. Who should be the next manager and why? Okay. For some reason, you only buy British. I think this is a season, perhaps to change the way that Sunderland view things. All right, let's get score predictions. Sorry, I forgot there's a game going on at the weekend. Trip to West Brom. They're a bit stuttery at the moment. They just can't win. Picking up draws. What do you reckon?
Well, I like to forget there's a game at the weekend as well, so I can't blame you for that. Yeah, they haven't been great form, but I mean, we'll probably go there, just hand them the 3 points that they need to get themselves back in form, because can't see us going there and getting anything. They've been leaky, so I think we might score, but I'm going to go with a 3-1 West Brom win.
Okay, nice one. All right, cheers, Jack. Thanks for sharing your views. Only three more of these to do. Then we can put you out of your misery for give you a couple of months off from talking about Sunderland FC. All right, cheers, Jack. Thanks for joining us on the Sunderland View. You know what to do. Please comment and subscribe if you haven't done already. We massively appreciate it. And yeah, we'll catch you next week.
Cheers, Mark. See you there.